If a player averages 30 points per game while making more than half of their shots, you can be pretty sure that they belong to the greatest scorers in NBA history. And within this elite group, there is an even more exclusive category: guards who achieve this feat. It's obvious that it is easier to have a high shooting percentage when you're a dominant big man like Shaquille O'Neal or Wilt Chamberlain, physically overpowering defenders in the post. But if a player of average height, who has to create their own shots, manages to reach the same crazy efficiency, then they are simply built differently. Let's take a look at the list of guards who have accomplished this in the last 4 decades. There's, of course, Steph Curry, widely recognized as the greatest shooter of all time. Another name that surely everyone knows is Michael Jordan, arguably the biggest basketball legend ever. And then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yes, that's it. No James Harden, no Dwyane Wade, not even Kobe Bryant. The fascinating part? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not only one of the few guards to achieve this feat, but also the youngest ever to do so. But why is nobody talking about it? Why does such a historic achievement remain so far under the radar? Picture this. A rising high school star dominates a game, scoring an incredible 29 points, dishing out 6 assists, and grabbing 9 rebounds in just 19 minutes. Surely, such a talent must end up as a top draft pick in the NBA, right? If you think we're talking about LeBron James or another generational talent, you're wrong. This player was none other than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yet despite such performances, he was not considered a top draft prospect. In fact, he didn't just fall outside the top 3 picks, he didn't even crack the top 10. The Charlotte Hornets selected him with the 11th pick, only to immediately trade him to the Los Angeles Clippers. A massive front office failure for the Hornets. This trade became a symbol of Shai's entire career, a player who was consistently underestimated and had to fight his way into the league's elite. At first, he didn't seem particularly spectacular. In his rookie season, he averaged only 10 points per game, numbers that didn't generate much excitement. But while others might have ignored him, Shai was tirelessly refining his game behind the scenes. His idol? Kobe Bryant. And just like Kobe, he lived by the Mamba mentality. He knew that few people took him seriously, but that didn't bother him. It only fueled his fire. If you had asked someone in 2019 about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you probably would have been met with a shrug. To many, he was just an unremarkable player, a role player without superstar potential. Even NBA general managers didn't see him as a major asset. When the Clippers wanted to acquire Paul George, they included Shai in the trade package. That alone wasn't enough. So they added Danilo Gallinari, 2 pick swaps, and 5 first-round picks. At that point, the Thunder might as well have traded Shai for a bag of chips. But that was only the beginning. In Oklahoma City, he got his first real opportunity, as the team was in the middle of a rebuild after the Russell Westbrook era. By his second season, he was already a starter, and he was fortunate to learn from one of the greatest basketball minds ever, Chris Paul. With CP3 as his mentor, Shai took every opportunity to improve his game. And while he wasn't yet recognized as an all-star in his second season, he was already making statements. In one game, he shocked everyone by posting 20 points, 10 assists, and an unbelievable 20 rebounds, numbers you'd expect from a dominant big man. Despite his impressive performances, he didn't have an easy path. In his 3rd and 4th NBA seasons, he struggled with injuries. Many began to doubt him. Would he ever take the next step? Was he doomed to be a talent that never fully realized its potential? But Shai remained calm. He knew these setbacks were just part of his journey. Then came his breakout. In his 5th season, he finally stayed healthy and showed the NBA world what he was truly capable of. He hit a game winner against the Portland Trail Blazers, putting an end to Dame time. It was now Shai time. 2 weeks later, he was named Player of the Week with absurd averages: 31 points, 5 rebounds, and nearly 6 assists per game. But the most amazing part? He maintained these numbers throughout the entire season. His level of dominance could no longer be ignored. He finally earned his well-deserved All-Star selection, and as if that weren't enough, he was named to the All-NBA First Team at the end of the season. While players like Curry and Damian Lillard had to settle for the second and third selections, Shai secured a spot among the very best. But his success wasn't limited to the NBA. With the Canadian national team, he showed at the World Cup that he wasn't just a phenomenal player, but also a true leader. He led his team to Canada's first ever World Cup medal and secured their first Olympic qualification in 20 years. And he didn't do it against weak competition. He dominated against France, outshined Luka Doncic with 31 points and 12 assists, and ultimately ensured that the USA went home without a medal. And this is exactly why Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is so special. He is not just an incredible talent, but also a player with the mental toughness of Kobe Bryant. With a young Thunder team that is only getting better, it's only a matter of time before he competes for the MVP title. So, is this the season when Shai surpasses Curry and Doncic? Do you think he can become the best guard in the league? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.